Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hello and welcome today. Today I am painting page 2. I am taking it and repainting on top of it. Welcome today. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this YouTube video. I am Daniel and I love to paint and illustrate and talk to you guys about what it's like to be an artist, growing up and trying to make it as an artist, an illustrator, maybe a YouTuber as well, because I am a small YouTuber. I'm really on the small side at the moment. But I am trying my best at growing it. I'm trying my best at becoming a better artist and an illustrator, and talking with many artists from around the world as well. I do have some awesome artists that I have chatted to in the few years that I've done this YouTube channel. Someone awesome that I chatted to has just been exposed on FX, Imagine FX, which is a really cool magazine that I follow, and I've been reading them recently. I've just kind of picked up a couple of my old magazines and take them to work with me at the moment, and just kind of read through them. It's really awesome to see Imagine FX. They feature amazing artists. I have talked to, I think, no Ferranda Soares of talking to. There might have been one or two others that have featured in Imagine FX as well, that I've chatted to as well. I think Devin Caddy Lee, he's definitely in there, and he had a work piece on the front cover that was really awesome to see. So it's really great to see all those artists, especially I've chatted to them. Some of them maybe are kind of starting. Some artists I do chat to are kind of starting their careers, kind of a thing. They may be in course, just trying to get better at illustration. They have really awesome work, and things like that, but they're kind of at the baby stages of their career, kind of a thing. Which is great to chat with those people too, and lots of artists that I do chat to. So today's topic, really, I wanted to talk to you all about staying patient as a growing artist. It's very challenging to stay patient as an artist. It is a really important thing to keep us on our path, to keep us going. You really need to be patient in moving forward, making things work, growing as an artist, trying to make it and make a career out of being an artist, going through a course or going through personal study, learning, growing, all those things. They all take patience and time, and you really need patience as an artist. I mean, there's probably maybe a few artists, or 3D creators, or YouTube videos, YouTubers, and things like that may have less patience than others, but still do okay. But it's really important kind of to have that patience, because you need patience to create a valuable artwork, to learn and keep growing. You need a bit of patience to better yourselves and things like that. Yeah, it does help a lot. Creating a good YouTube video, it does take patience, on those things. You don't want to create a few pieces and then you get impatient, you get very frustrated, and it's maybe a very as art, or a video, whatever you're creating, you start off, you're gonna be pretty shabby, and you do your first two or three, and on your second or your third you expect it to be, you know, really high quality or something like that. But in reality, it takes a little bit more time. There's a bit more growing to do. There's a little bit more patience and kind of understanding that's involved to, you know, grow the quality of your art or your videos or YouTube videos, whatever you are creating. It does take a bit of patience. It does take a bit of motivation. Some big words, some big keywords here. Um, yeah, and it does take a lot of effort. And yeah, also thinking about what, you know, as you go along, it can take, um, you know, some people it can take only a few months to go from a kind of shabby artist state, you know, maybe okay at art, to really good at art. You know, it can take people a couple of months, you know, it can. They obviously wouldn't have the grasp of everything, but you know, you can definitely grow in a few months. It could take you though a couple of years to really get things going and get the ball rolling on things. And the thing is with that too, you know, you gotta have patience with that. You know, growing your career, you know, that takes a long time. It could take a couple of months for you to kind of get good at art and everything. Um, and then, you know, land some first jobs and things. It could take you a couple of years. It does depend on how much time, how much effort, and how much kind of logic too. Watching Bob Chill's channel, he talks about that. You know, and I believe that too. You know that, um, you know, putting in time and efforts, good. You know, but you know, if it's not in the right direction, you're not doing the right kind of thing. You know, you want to be, per se, or put it this way, um, you want to be a concept artist, but you are taking all your time and effort into learning 3D models and things. You know, you should then think about, well, maybe since you're enjoying that, or reshape, you know, doing that kind of thing, maybe reshape the way you're thinking about going about that. You know, if you're designing 3D models and stuff, you could still be a 3D concept artist or something like that. But you know, um, you know, basically, you know, you're not going out and getting the wrong tool or something. You know, you need to dig the yard, but you go and get a sword for some reason. You know, there's no logic in that. But you put all the time and effort to trying to go and dig up your garden, but you're putting the wrong tools into it, so it's just going to take you hours longer. Like, you know, doing your grass, or chopping your grass, you know, if you don't have the right tools for it. For instance, scissors. I mean, I've heard of people using scissors before, but going out and doing your lawn with scissors, it's gonna take a long time. So you have to think logically. Is that suitable? I mean, it suits for some people because, you know, some people can't afford the luxury of, you know, getting a lawnmower somehow, or, you know, hiring someone to do their lawn. So that's the only solution that they have. It works for them though, and that's the thing. You know, some people's things like that. You know, not using the right tools. It works for them. You know, it's not the best in the world, but yeah, it's gonna take them longer. You know, and things like that, and yeah. The same goes with art. You know, with your art, if you're always not kind of constantly trying to learn and improve your art, or trying to, get better. You're just producing art, and illustrations or videos, like YouTube videos and things, without kind of learning something new or trialing things or fixing up things. It's gonna, you gotta get the same results as you always do if you keep doing the same things. It's a thing I keep mentioning in quite a few videos, um, doing the same things over and over again. You're gonna achieve the same results, and having patience with that is really important. Because if you lose your patience with it, it's definitely going to affect that. You're going to get into a rut of, you know, this thing ain't working. I might as well do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I've lost my patience with trying something new, trying this, trying that, and nothing's working. I'll just do what I do. You lose your patience, you start to lose your motivation, your effort, and you start to kind of get lost. And that's why patience can be really important to learn. It's an important skill to have. Um, and for me, as an illustrator, a drawer, creator, I've had lots and lots of patience. I'd spend probably 6 hours or something drawing, and things like that a day. Some people can go for like 14 hours straight or something, or 12 hours straight. And yeah, the bigger your patience is, the higher levels of art and videos or whatever you can achieve. The of your creations you can achieve. And definitely something like this, my children's book, it's taken me a lot of time, and it's come a long way. But I'm here to nurture it. I'm here to try and get it to the highest level I can possibly achieve, because the more I kind of put into this, the more I get out. With putting into this, my personal work, it is personal work, but I can put into it. The more I put into it, the more I get out. So if I keep illustrating, trying to make this a better piece, make sure that the whole image is coming across and it's looking nice. You understand this is wood, that this is grass. You understand what the scene is telling you, what's happening in the scene, and nothing looks off-putting, kind of a thing. Then yeah, I've achieved what I need to achieve with it. I need to get all these pages to that level. Once I do, that will give me an image I could put in my portfolio. It gives me part of this book that's finished, when I get to publish it. It's out there, put the whole book together, a whole nicely polished piece without any tweaking in the end. Don't when I go print it or anything, I don't need to tweak it or anything. It's all there. There might be a little bit of tweaking even after I do these videos with them, because for this I'm looking at doing 2 parts, I think, with this page, and then from that I might do another drawing stream, and I'm still painting on them, but might do another drawing stream or something, which is always good to do. Drawing streams as well, and those are hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes I feel the quality of those videos that are great. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so great, because drawing and talking at the same time is not something I'm always used to. I do it on Tuesday now, every Tuesday, and that really helps. Doing it every Tuesday, just me talking while I'm illustrating. It can lead me into just chit-chatting. It can lead me to doing, like last week, I did about 50 minutes of just pure painting and chit-chatting and stuff. So that was good, you know. It actually let me paint a little bit more. Not I kind of go in and out, probably 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here, thing like that. That's kind of how I paint. I do like 10-20 minutes or something, and then kind of have a break and look at stuff and kind of think about what I'm doing in the illustration. Then I do another 20 minutes. That's usually kind of my process. And sometimes it's just good to go straight at it, like for 50 minutes straight. Every now and again I'll do a couple of hours straight. And yeah, doing these Twitch streams and things like that, it does help that a little bit, which is good. It has been kind of challenging for me doing that because, you know, I wasn't used to it at all. I wasn't you know, beginning in this journey of, you know, getting into this YouTube thing. I definitely, you know, it wasn't me. I wasn't at the start. I wasn't like, I'm a YouTuber kind of a thing. I was more an artist, just playing around with YouTube. Now these days, I'm more focused on YouTube. It's kind of my main drive, and it does help to grow my art as well. You know, I have to give it that patience too. You know, patience with both, you know, my YouTube channel growing, you know, and also pushing back on that too. You know, not just kind of sitting there and being like, it will grow one day, or you know, my art will get better one day. You know, one day in the future my art will get better. You know, you never know, kind of a thing. It's a push and pull as well. You know, you really can get better. It's important to have patience, but you know, when you test that patience, when you know, it's important too much not to have too much patience in a way, where, you know, it's like you're just doing illustrations, and you're giving yourself kind of all the time in the world, kind of a thing, you know, to just be you and do your illustrations. You know, it's important, to me at least, what I think about it. You know, pushing yourself forward and just trying to achieve something more, you know, with each illustration or each creation. You know, not just sitting there and doodling what you like doodling. I mean, that's fine. It's all well and good. It's good you're enjoying drawing and things like that. It's great. You know, for me, you know, I enjoy creating these things and creating the process, and seeing my progress as well. It's quite well to see, you know, where I was probably 2-3 years ago before I kind of found me doing this channel and these YouTube videos. You know, I was really kind of finding what I wanted to do, what my, you know, next steps would be, kind of a thing. And these days I'm starting to kind of you know, kind of push forward a little bit more in knowing what those steps are. You know, what projects to do per se. You know, back 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't know kind of what projects I was gonna do. I was just trying this, trying that. You know, going everywhere and doing everything. But you know, I slowly, you know, grew as an artist. I slowly developed my skills and developed what you know, my career building skills, I would say, as well. I've also, you know, I've had a full-time job in the last year. Before that, I was just on kind of trying to find a job for, you know, after I finished course, I did kind of just 2 years of trying to find course while I was trying to find work while I was like really studying and really just trying to improve my skills and get better as an artist, and everything under the sun. Try and get better, and think about. And then I slowly was starting to do this YouTube channel as I was doing that, and things like that. So yeah, I was doing that, and then I really pushed forward, and then this YouTube thing became a bit bigger for me. It's doing it every kind of week. Now I'm doing kind of 2 videos a week. I get guest artists in. Probably I get on average probably 2 a month. In to chat with me. Probably on average 2 a month. But there are peaks and flows with that. There is some months where I'm filled in my neck with artists. I'm like talking to so many and filling them in week by week. And I just get the ball rolling, and I've just got so many artists lined up. And for the last probably month or so, it's been a little bit quiet. I been trying to find other artists to chat to, just kind of wanting also to chat about these kind of topics. I do enjoy just chatting about these topics every now and again as well. Yeah, staying patient. And I really do look forward to doing another chat with an artist. I do enjoy that. Yeah, and it's really enjoyable to do that. And things come up every now and again. Yeah, busy people, busy lives. With my kind of life, I'm busy. I'm full-time worker, and then I come home, do my illustrations. Once I've had tea with my family, have some family time, then I do my illustrations. Yeah, and do some of my illustrations on the weekend. I do give and take from that. Some weekends I only get maybe an hour or 2 done. Other weekends, I get a little bit more done. So it's a give and take with that. Yeah, and I do, spend time with the family as well, going out to events and things. Like I just went to a Lego brick show, which was pretty cool. Got to see a lot of awesome creations made with Lego bricks. Very big sets and things like that made out. Like there was probably like Hogwarts and lots of kind of Star Wars, lots of awesome stuff made of Lego. Some people just creating their own pieces, and there was like competitions. You could create your own Lego creation and hand it in, kind of a thing. Excuse me. Which was really cool to see. And there's always some cool events that pop up like that. And it's not exactly in my field. But it's really cool to see that kind of thing. It's exactly like me looking at like 3D art and stuff like that. It does help to see what's out there and what's been done. What I could, possibly use. I saw a video, not 100% who it's from now, on YouTube, but he created a shop out of his painting that he had, and he put it into Blender to 3D render it. Now Blender is a tool, a 3D rendering tool, and it's kind of been a little less known than like Maya and everything like that, I think. But I've definitely like known it since I was 13, 14, and I played around with it quite a bit, and I have enjoyed it in the past using Blender to make some 3D objects and things like that. Some 3D creations, kind of fan art kind of stuff as well from it. That was interesting, and my own creations as well. And it's a really cool tool, and it keeps growing, just like kind of Photoshop here. It keeps growing. There's 3D tools in Photoshop these days as well, which is cool to use. But he talked about how you can take a flat image and put it into Blender to make a 3D image. It's kind of what they call 2.5 perspective per se, 2.5 illustration. It's where you have a kind of 2D image, but it's got 3D elements in it, which is a really cool effect. It does work really well, and it looks really cool and a little bit more realistic than just a 2D illustration sometimes. Yeah, and things like that. So it's great to see that, and just having the patience to learn those kind of skills has been a learning curve, learning new things. When will I ever get it? Like, for instance, drawing grass. It still takes me quite a while to draw grass like this. And there's times where I do, lose my patience, and I'll never get, to be able to draw grass quite fast and everything. It actually, if I think about it, it's not too much time per se. To actually paint this grass. Yeah, and it's just learning other people's techniques and kind of trying my own what works for me as well. I've done it in different ways, with color pencil. There's a technique I found where you can paint grass and you use blue, yellow, and I think it was purple. Blue, yellow, I think it was green to do the highlights. And yeah, you can just kind of use those colors and blend them together to make some really kind of realistic grass, which is really cool. Yeah, and that works traditionally in color pencil. I haven't fully tried it in. I tried a little bit in digital painting as well. So I may want to give that a little bit more of a go, maybe. But just trialing some things sometimes, just having a little bit of patience in your learning and growing sometimes does help, taking some time out. It's really, struggling when you've got deadlines and things like that. For me, my deadlines are my YouTube videos, trying to get enough content to keep those videos going without stressing me out so much. I don't want to end up so stressed, in my painting, that I've got to kind of stay up all night. I've got to kind of compromise my health and things like that. I've got to try and stay healthy and happy as well. Yeah, and creating, and definitely, with my YouTube channel, I've been on here 2-3 years now. It's slowly growing, and I'm trying different things. In the last couple of months, I kind of did all my artwork on the channel. I kind of simplified it to its core, where it was like, this ain't working anymore. This front cover title page for my YouTube channel, it's outdated. I think it needs a change. I'm starting to slowly know a direction for this channel. The type of videos I'm producing, um, type of videos that do kind of work on my channel, kind of a thing. I'm learning these things, and also look at what kind of videos I've done in the past. I've done quite a few videos, like, we're talking about the Lego show. I actually did some Lego animations, and I was looking at the Lego today. I was like, oh my gosh, if I had this Lego set, I would be like making some interesting animations there with it. There's probably um, uh, yeah, about a double room size, I'd say. I don't. That would be probably 4 meters, 5 meters squared, I'd say. That was a big set. That's how big the set was, I'd say. Um, it was probably like I would say like a king size bed. It's roughly that size, maybe a little bit bigger than that, but yeah, you could walk around that king size bed, and that had like heaps of cool houses, people, Lego sets and things like that. So that'd be interesting to make the next Lego movie with or something. That's really cool to see. And yeah, I've tried a few things on my channel. I started out doing kind of just random streams of me painting some creature things that I was doing at the time. Then, I started doing these more time lapses where I recorded myself painting and then talked over it, kind of a thing. And I've been doing that for the last 2 years, and that's worked. I think 2 years ago I've done weekly tips. I decided I needed a shorter video on my channel, something that was kind of more quicker and easier for people to watch, that still gave the same kind of message as I was giving on these chats things, giving tips out, giving helpful advice for people and illustrators and creative people out there, whether through myself or through other artists in the world. But yeah, I wanted another kind of video that was easier to consume, kind of a thing. It was just kind of quicker, shorter little tips. So I decided to do that. And I started it thinking maybe I could keep it up for a couple of months or a year or something like that, and now it's been 2 years of doing it, and it is struggling to come up with ideas each week, to keep it going. And I look back, at old videos that I've done, and some of them it's like, why did I even upload that? And this is quite bad quality. You look at the quality these days on my videos compared to what it was 2 or 3 years ago. I had really kind of shoddy sound, where these days my sound's much better than it was a couple of years ago. I have a better computer, better headset. Not all those things are necessary to improving as a YouTuber, as exactly as improving as a illustrator and artist. I start off with color pencil, and now I'm doing Cintiq Wacom tablet drawing, digital painting that way. And it's worked really well. It's not seriously, I could have kept going with color pencil, but it was becoming more struggling with having kids now. I think, well, a kid, and other things, it's definitely more of a struggle to set up kind of color pencils and keep that going. Yeah, and definitely I wouldn't have been able to do this YouTube channel if I sticked on color pencil. I could have possibly in another way kind of videoed my color pencil, but it would have been, yeah, more time consuming to do it that way. Um, Definitely not as easy to keep up with than it is, doing it digitally this way. And yeah, I really enjoy it this way too. It's more enjoyable. Color pencils there, and one day, I might, go back to it one day, and do a color pencil piece illustration one day when I get totally sick of it. Have some time to do it, because that's another thing, is having the time to do it. Yeah, you got to be patient with it. I mean, for me, I work full time and things like that, and you know, I do get some time off every now and again, and being patient to wait for those times off to really do some stuff sometimes can be really helpful. Staying patient for that time, keeping on working, and just keep trying, keep going with it. Being patient with it is really important for me to keep going, keep creating these YouTube videos. And just know that it does take time. I've with say my YouTube channel, I've changed all the thumbnails lately, and I've got like 70 more thumbnails that I want to do, and just being like I can't, I cannot do them all. Um, you know, I could, do them all, but it would mean that this would suffer, and I wouldn't get enough time to paint or something like that. So I've had to kind of do. I've done a massive chunk of it, 50 or 60 so far, I think, and make sure the videos I do upload are to that new kind of thumbnail standard, and keep moving forward. I can go back every now and again and fix up some YouTube videos and things like that, but I've just got to stay patient, do them as I do them, and things like that, because I've only got so much time in the world, and I've got to look at what's logical too. If I spend all this time doing all those thumbnails, I'm not going to have any time to illustrate in those times. So if I look at it and just do it as slight pieces, I do probably 2 or 3 thumbnails at a time, fixing up videos from the past. And there's only so many videos I can fix up from the past as well, of what level of quality they are, and all those things. There's only so far it's worth going as well. So it's a little bit of kind of learning those kind of things, and just staying patient with that. I understand it's going to take some time to do that. Like illustrating this piece, there are times where I'm like, it's finished, and there's if I hold on for a little bit, go into the set up my next piece or do something else like create a thumbnail or something like that, come back to it, then I have all these fixes and changes that come to me in the end, because I'm like, oh, it's completely finished. But if I stay patient a little bit and come back to it, it does work. It's a lesson that I've definitely had to learn over time. When I was at design school, I had this tutor who, every time I would go take a drawing to her, she would send me back to my desk, and I would have all these things to fix up in a drawing or a painting. or I'd have to redraw it or attempt it, you know. So, you know, and I was at probably the 20-hour mark of working at it. I was over it, completely over this piece. And you know, I gave her the piece, and you know, she sent me back to the desk and really taught me that yeah, I needed a little bit more patience with it. It's still not completely finished. Just yeah, keep moving forward with it, and I did. And yeah, I'm thankful for that. It really did help me to learn that key thing in my life. And I did, yeah, that was kind of early in my career, kind of a thing, probably 7 years ago or something. And it still sticks with me, and it is still helpful to learn. You know, yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. That was me painting page 2 of my book. Yeah, I'm slowly getting along with that. You know, I thought at this stage I would be finished, but I'm just staying patient, keeping on working on it, and keeping on moving forward. In my, you know, arts career, I've uploaded the first page onto my ArtStation. And yeah, it's great doing that. And hopefully, you know, I will get the second page out there too, and slowly get it all together. And it's been great, and hopefully it does all work together. You know, it's if you put the time and effort in, it can all be worth it. Just having that little bit of patience that does kind of boost that in the end. So yeah, thanks for joining me. If you did join me, yeah, let me know down in the comments on my YouTube channel, or this YouTube video, if you know you've struggled with patience in your past, or you have any interesting stories about that you'd like to share. I'd be happy to hear and happy to see. Thanks for tuning in. Keep drawing, everyone, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.